looking cute. That's honest. Her and her friends, big blinks and snatch waist. Yeah, she brought the. Ain't no way somebody daddy ain't gon' give her the spins with her ends. Cause yeah, she did it. She did it again. A few more tracks and this time she bought friends. Big baby on her way up and showed the stats to a man's. Now salute the general. TGLX got plans, yeah. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
They don't know what they in for. If we coming like this on the intro, what they here for? If they want the heat, you know who to send for your info. Buy my money like Venmo. If this music don't work out, I know how to get it from my ends low. How you feel though? Cause hey, they can't rock with us.
Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Detroit Lions. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he's got it to about the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Lawrence. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like that.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A week ago, they dominated in the trenches. They got in the backfield for 5 sacks, setting the tone there, one on the opening drive.
And it sets the tone for the opposing team, doesn't it? Remember when you were a kid and you went to the theater and saw that horror movie and it stuck with you for a while and you were a little bit jumpy? Well, if you saw 5 sacks the previous week and you're the quarterback, he might be a little jumpy as well. Might throw off his timing.
Yeah, it'd be jumpy, but sorry, Bob and Linda wouldn't let me see a PG movie until I was 17.
Well, that's just good parenting.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. They go play action now. Lawrence. Looking for the crossing receiver. He's got him. This is Hilton. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4-4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. Like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Will Fuller. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jags get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. From the shotgun now. And right away, he lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. Defensively, well done to jar that free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from him.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can squirt in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. The Lions at 9-2 to start play. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mariota now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Troy Pride. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Etienne will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Santoso now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Jaguars 14, Lions nothing. Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he returns this to the 22.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
21-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Mariota. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On the option to give to Swift here. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Mariota now from the 50. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Mariota. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Here's Swift. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. One more time with Swift. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Patterson back out there to send this one away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Another tote for ETN. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
He's letting this one go for Fuller. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mariota, he's airing it out for Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. The Lions quickly now are going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Mariota on first down. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss. And they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Throwing again on second down. Mariota out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hawkinson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mariota to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They'll throw again. Mariota. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jameson Williams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Patterson now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
The Jaguars take over a first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. Here's Fuller with a catch. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And the Jags grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So this game tied at the half, and if you wondered who would come up with the first big play of this third quarter, we have our answer.
Well, in basketball, you know how they tell you to have active hands defensively? I think the same thing applies here. Nice job there prying the ball free. And now their guys have a chance to take the lead if they can put something together. The beauty of doing it in football, you don't get called for a foul if you hit their arms.
Etienne up the middle. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. And they'll go again with Etienne. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's third down.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Lawrence. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
Following the interception here, Mariota. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mariota. He's airing it out for Williams. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to gallop the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On second down, Swift. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Room here to run. And all the way to the opposite 45. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. And even 50 yards. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out. On first down, right back to ETN. Uses the stiff arm. 92 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
On second down, a run with ETN. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 45 of the 34. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on third down. Now Lawrence to throw. He's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
They certainly thought he had an open book beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Up and good for Santoso, and they take a 17-14 lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of two. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
They run out of the gun with Swift. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Desperation time. Mariota on fourth down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. That's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
A give to Etienne running right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Now a give, right side, Swift. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 64 yards on the ground for him so far.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Mariota. Pass complete. It's Hockenson. And he is going to have a Lions first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Here's Mariota. And incomplete on the deep ball. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Well, to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Now Mariota. He's got this complete to Williams. He's going to have the first down and more than that. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll move the chains. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Swift. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Swift. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to tie things up in the final minute. Patterson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal here.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Throwing now, Lawrence. And his pass, incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his own. He's got a total command to make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Lawrence. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Lawrence. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Samson Ebukam able to record his 5th sack of the season. It all comes down to the leg of Ryan Santoso right here. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Back to throw, Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Samson Ebukam picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. And now 3rd and very long. Are you cautious here?
I think you have to be, because the first mantra of any football game is don't lose it. Then you give yourself a chance to win it. And if you go ahead and force something now, take a big shot that doesn't pay off, you didn't help your defense out at all.
Yeah, especially here in overtime. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt and helps out your defense with field position.
It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they'll run the option to start the drive. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. What can Mariota do in the OT? St. Brown on the catch. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
I'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that could be your safety valve we saw right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Mariota. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is, if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that can turn into the big play you're looking for.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, Mariota. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw is Mariota. Buying time to his left. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 2nd and 10, Mariota. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 35. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases, heck, for us.